Let's talk about the one piece of career advice you've probably heard a million times. What if I told you it's not just wrong, but it might actually be the very thing holding you back from a life you love? Yeah, we really need to get into this, because this well-meaning advice might be the secret sauce of a ton of career anxiety.
You know this one, right? The iconic quote from Steve Jobs. It's basically become the gospel for modern careers. It paints this picture of a perfect, passion-filled job just waiting out there for us to find it.
But here's the thing, the big what if. What if that whole idea is a trap? What if this endless hunt for a passion you're supposed to already have is the very thing that's making so many of us feel lost and confused and just never satisfied with our work?
To really get why this follow your passion mantra can be so damaging, let me tell you a story. It's a bit of a cautionary tale about a guy who did everything you're supposed to do. So, this is Thomas. The guy had degrees in philosophy and theology, and he was totally convinced that Zen Buddhism was his one true calling. He went all in, following this passion to a remote monastery, thinking he'd finally found his dream. He was expecting this, profound sense of fulfillment, but the reality? It was crushing. One day, sitting in the middle of this beautiful monastery forest, he just broke down crying. His dream had completely shattered. He followed his passion, and it led him straight to misery. And his story perfectly illustrates the huge, huge flaw in this advice. Thomas's story really pulls back the curtain on what's called the passion hypothesis. It's time to deconstruct this modern myth. So, the passion hypothesis, it sounds so simple, right? It's basically this idea that finding happiness is just a matching game. Find your passion, find a job that fits it, and boom, you're happy forever. It sounds great, in theory. But in the real world, it makes you believe there's some kind of magic perfect job out there waiting for you. This leads to constantly jumping from job to job, always feeling confused. And the worst part? When reality hits and no job is perfect, you don't blame the advice. You blame yourself. It creates this awful cycle of crippling self-doubt. It gets the whole thing backward. Okay, so if follow your passion is a trap, then what are we supposed to do? Well, there is a much better way. It's called the craftsman mindset, an idea from Cal Newport's fantastic book, So Good They Can't Ignore You.
And honestly, this idea is a total game changer. It suggests that our whole approach to our careers has been fundamentally flawed. It's all about making one radical shift in how you think about work.
And the difference really just boils down to this. The passion mindset is all about asking, what does this job do for me? What can the world offer me? But the craftsman mindset, it flips that script completely. It asks, what can I offer the world? What value can I create? It's a huge shift from taking to giving.
The comedian Steve Martin was once asked for advice by a bunch of aspiring entertainers. They wanted a secret, a shortcut. His answer was so simple, yet so profound. He said, be so good they can't ignore you. Stop looking for a trick and just focus on your craft. Get so good that opportunities have no choice but to come to you. That's the heart of the craftsman mindset. Okay, so getting good is the goal. But how does that actually translate into a career you love? Well, this is where another really cool concept comes in. Think of it like a special kind of currency, one you use to buy yourself an amazing work life. It's called career capital.
Career capital is just that. The rare and valuable skills you build up over time. It's not about what you want from the world, it's about what you have to offer the world. The more capital you bank, the more leverage you have to shape your career into something you truly love.
All right, here's how it all connects. First, the things we all want in a job, autonomy, impact, creative freedom, those things are rare and they're valuable. Second, basic economics says that if you want something valuable, you need something valuable to trade for it. That's your career capital. And third, the craftsman mindset, that relentless focus on getting better, is hands down the best way to build up that capital.
Okay. I can hear you thinking, but what about passion? If we're not supposed to follow it, are we just doomed to a passionless career? Absolutely not. The thing is, we've just been looking for it in all the wrong places.
And this is the big reveal. This is the key takeaway. Passion isn't something you find before you start. It's a side effect. It's something you earn. It's that amazing feeling that grows as you become a master of your craft.
Think about it. Passion comes from the confidence of being truly excellent at something valuable. It grows from building real connections with your colleagues. It comes from seeing your work actually help people. And it definitely comes from earning the freedom and respect that only real skill can bring. You see, you don't follow passion. Passion follows you.
And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. Stop the frantic search for the one right job.
Instead, focus on your approach. Focus on mastering your craft right where you are. That is the true path to a compelling career. So the big takeaway here isn't to give up on having a job you love. Not at all. It's about realizing that creating that job is an active process, and it's one that you are completely in control of.
The power isn't in finding a perfect match, it's in building your value. So stop searching and start building. Stop asking what your job can do for you and start obsessing over what you can offer the world. The fulfillment you're looking for lies on the other side of that hard work.
So I'll leave you with this question. Forget about finding your passion for just a moment. Instead, ask yourself, what rare and valuable skill can I start developing right now? Because that is the first real step toward building a career so good they can't ignore you.